Welcome back everyone to the Working Class Revolt. So very bad news coming today for Keir Starmer if he hadn't had enough, and very good news coming for Nigel Farage, the leader of Reform UK. So it seems the final pieces of the puzzle are fitting in place for Farage and Reform UK. The last two areas were Reform. Historically, any Farage party have been struggling is Scotland and the capital of the UK, London. Now, we've done a few videos recently showing about the popularity in Scotland starting to rise, and they did very well in the by-election recently. But new polling is showing that Nigel Farage is now more popular than Keir Starmer in Scotland. Bear in mind, only 12 months ago, Labour nearly got all its MPs back in Scotland. It wiped the floor with the SNP and regained control of Scotland, something that Labour need to do to win any general election. Now, Keir Starmer, at the time of the general election, only had around 40% of Scots who didn't approve of him. That figure is now up to 64. An extra 25% of Scottish people now say that they wouldn't support Keir Starmer. Now, what's really interesting is when it comes to Nigel Farage, it's around about 50-50, only slightly more people don't want Farage than people who do. That is absolutely incredible. Now, that doesn't mean that 50% are going to vote for Farage, but what it means is something that I've advocated a long time on this channel, that the majority of people agree with Nigel Farage's views. It's just about getting those people out of the voting habits of voting for the big two parties or the big three or four in Scotland's case, and voting for somebody new. Now, when it comes to London, probably the biggest place that Reform UK have struggled. Very multicultural, if you believe in that term. It's very woke, full of students. But things are starting to change. Now, bear in mind, Reform UK got 14% of the vote nationally at the last general election, but London had far fewer. Well, now, if you ask in London, with new polling done, around about 20% of people in London are now also saying that they would vote Reform UK, about the same amount as in Scotland. So with 20%, that's 6% higher than the national vote only 12 months ago, now want to vote Reform UK in its most unpopular areas. How high is it going to be in the rest of the country? Some polls are showing Reform UK touching at 35%. I think by the time the next general election comes, Reform UK will be on over 40% of the vote. Now, when you think about 35% of the vote, that's damn incredible. That's the same vote share as Starmer and David Cameron got when there was only really two parties in the competition. Now you've got several parties, so for a new party to get 35% of a vote split 4 or 5 ways would be incredible. But I think Reform UK are going to do much better. But let me know what you think about Reform UK up in the vote in Scotland and London, and the popularity across the whole country on the rise. Now, just before I go, I want to tell you about these mugs that we've got for sale on our new website. The $9.99, they're made in Britain, and I'll be with you in a few working days. We've got a Nigel Farage for PM, we've got I'm Voting Reform UK, and more on our website. Our website can be found in the link of every video. It's www.workingclassrevolt.co.uk. It's a good way for you to get something back at the same time as supporting this channel. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.